Hello everyone, Space Junk here with some more lore and history, and today we'll be talking about generation ships. 12 to 1100 years ago, around the years of 2100 and 2200, 70,000 large self-sustaining environmental ships were sent towards different locations at sublight speed. These ships were called generation ships, as their journey would likely be hundreds if not thousands of years long. Hyperdrive was invented in the 22nd century, so these generation ships were no longer necessary. However, the ones who were sent off years before were still slowly floating towards the final destination. There are multiple instances of generation ships that made settlements. For instance, the home system of the Ancients of Mumu, Pekda, was populated by one of these generation ships, but where the rest of the 70,000 went is a mystery. Some say they are still dwindling around somewhere in vast space, and some say they crashed. In the days where they could be launched, faster than light communication did not exist, so these ships were very alone in deep space. For the ones who were still floating around in deep space, we should be able to reach them. The maximum distance they could have traveled would be around 1,000 light years, considering their slow speed. Maybe some hundreds more, but not very far, not further than we could travel. So where are they? There were a lot of stories of generation ships returning to Earth, but for those who did not, why didn't we find them yet? I mean, if these generation ships would go off into space and they could only go a couple of thousand light years, maybe even just 1,000, we should have been able to find them, right? Well, I got a couple of theories that might show you why we didn't find them yet. You see, in the Elite, we travel from star system to star system. We can't travel in between the star systems. Obviously, we travel from star system to star system because that's the fastest way to travel. But they might be somewhere in between. They are just going on impulse speed. I mean, they don't really travel from one part to the other. A place where normal explorers would never go. And the FSD drives are amazing and all, but they do limit the movement around the universe in some way. And in that way. Other reason might be that they got destroyed by malfunctions, or some generation ships just got crashed into meteorites or onto planets. I mean, there were stories as well that generation ships weren't really ready to go on such a voyage because they've never done it before, and they just didn't know what was going to happen. Some of them might be attacked by Targoids for all we know. However, in the upcoming update we see a picture that might be one of these generation ships, the one I'm showing right now. However, it could also just be a huge cargo hauler. It's said that they also exist. These cargo haulers cannot be piloted by players though, and are just huge NPC crafts, but in the old Elite games they did exist, so they might come back. So this might just be one of these huge cargo haulers. However, it's a very interesting picture, and I really wonder what it is. To be honest, I just think it's a cargo hauler, but then again, in the Witch Space video I also thought that Thargoids are dead, so don't listen to me. However, some of these generation ships will likely, I mean, what would they look like? And I think that they would probably be very common to the stations we have today, and then mainly the orbit station without the rings, like the ones you see on the Seos and Sothis, for example. Or just be huge ship that might represent this cargo hauler. So yeah, guys, that was it on generation ships today. There is not that much known of generation ships other than what I said right now. If you guys do know more and I couldn't find it, please do leave a comment down below on what you have heard or what kind of sources you got, because I love to hear them and maybe put them in another video about it or something like that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, that would help out a lot. Don't forget to hit that bell as well if you want to be notified about more lore videos in the future, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.